Okay, you guys, we are recording. Welcome to our monthly meeting, and it is the end of February, last day of February, month end madness. Um, February, short month, and we are keeping up with numbers. I got to tell you, last month we ended at about 78,000 GWV. Right now we're at 76,000 and change. Um, so I'm actually going to be sharing my screen with you guys today because I want to show you guys. Oh, hold on. I just went away. Let me get back to you. Okay. Um, so I'm going to be sharing my screen with you guys today and just going over a few things on the workstation because I know there's so many new teammates, which is amazing. And sometimes I forget what it's like to be a new consultant. And, um, I want to be able to show you guys the resources that we have, and even some seasoned consultants. Honestly, the workstation has changed a little bit, and there's some different added features. So it's great to just know and have these tools and resources, in your pocket and have these things available to you at all times. So I hope everybody had a great February. We initiated February Fire, which was pretty cool because sometimes as consultants, especially leaders, to be completely honest, you kind of, you have this mindset where you're just like trying to help everybody. And, your business always comes first. No matter who you are, your business should always come first because you cannot lead a team or help anybody else if you're not taking care of your sales, your sponsoring, your training first and foremost, period. Okay. But sometimes it's easy to get lost in the mundane and just walk through the motions. And we have a director group, and it's combined with Jen Anderson and Kristen Ingalls as our SSDs. And then we're all in it. Jess is in it, all of our directors. And, I was very open and honest a few days ago. And I was like, guys, I'm in a recruiting rut. And I was going for annual mentor, which is an award you get with $1,000 bonus. And our Sensi calendar year is from April 1st to May. What is it? The end of April to May 1st, right? It's something like that. Either way, I'm having a brain fart, but it's not January to January like a calendar year. Our Sensi calendar year is a little bit different, but you have to have 14 certified consultants. Okay, so I've had more consultants that have actually joined, but only like 11 certified. And so I was like, okay, I can do this year. I can do this. But you know what? Your girl's recruiting has come to a screeching halt. And I get super down on myself and I'm just like, what is happening? I'm doing all the things. And something I wanted to talk to you guys about today is sticking with it for the long haul because always I have to remind myself of it all the time that this business is not something where you're going to see results all the time. It's not something that you're going to be able to pick your harvest after you plant seeds every day. That's not how it works. I use weight loss all the time as an analogy because you cannot go to the gym and eat right every single day and lose 30 pounds in a week. You have to stick with it, even when you don't see results, right? You know that this is what you need to do to reach that like health goal or weight loss, right? So it's the same thing in this business, you guys. If you want longevity and stability from this, you have to hang in for the long run. That's it. And so you still have to be able to inspire and motivate yourself even when you don't see results. The key to this business is consistency. So even when you feel like you've been pounding the pavement and doing all the things, right? You're not always going to see results. But if you continue consistently on what your income producing activities are, you will see results. That is the ebb and flow of this business. I want you to know that you're never alone. If you feel like one moment, you're on cloud nine, one moment your business is thriving and you have all the results. People are banging down your door for Sensi. People want to join you and you're like, whoa, I didn't even ask them. They want to join Sensi. What is happening? Like amazing, right? And you feel like you're doing something right because when you see those results, it encourages you, it motivates you to do more and to be brave, and a step outside of your comfort zone because you see there's reward, right? But we also live in a generation and a society where instant gratification is our rule of thumb. If we don't see instant results, it's not for me. If we don't see instant results, it doesn't work. That is a lie. Okay? That is a lie. Do you think in this 5 years that I've been doing this, that I've seen results all the time? No. I hear the word no more than I hear the word yes still. But it's something that I've just learned through all the mistakes and the trials and tribulations, the obstacles, right? And that's it. And they say that an obstacle is just a test of how bad you want your goal. And that's true. It's the truth. I just read that yesterday in like a meme and I was like, wow, that's the truth. So stay consistent because after I posted that in our director group, I was like, because everybody in the comments is like, are you having parties? Are you talking to new people? And I'm like, yes, I'm doing all of those things. And then I'm like, wait, I need to practice what I preach. What I tell my own team is that you're not always going to see results, but I'm putting in the work. I'm doing the things that I need to do. Why aren't I seeing results? Because that's just the nature of this business. If you know, and only you know alone, if you're doing the work, right? And you know you're doing those income producing activities, just keep going. Just keep going. It's great to have goals because goals motivate you, goals hold you accountable, goals keep you on track. If you don't have goals, then it really doesn't matter where you go in the month with your sales. It really doesn't matter like if you sponsor anybody or if you're training anybody or whatever it is. You have no goals. You have nothing pushing you like emotionally towards your goal. And that was another thing is that I have become so complacent in just walking through the steps of having a party. There's a certain system that I do when I have a party, when I reach out to people, when I meet new people, right? And it's great. Systems have changed my business, but also you have to check yourself and be very careful and mindful of not just walking through the steps and making sure like my why and my goals are going to keep me on track because there's something much bigger that I want out of this than just recruiting, just having a new conversation with somebody, just booking a party, right? I'm doing this because I want something better for my family. And I have everything written down and I check things off as I hit my goals. And it's so rewarding to do that and see that on paper. So I encourage you to do that. It really helps, I promise. Um, can you guys hear me okay? Because I have one. Okay. So that's one thing that I just wanted to encourage you guys. It's not the fall. It's not, like this crazy time where everybody's buying gifts and Christmas and all that stuff. But there is no reason under the sun why it cannot be just as successful. No. Okay. So just know you just have to stay consistent. And if you're feeling unmotivated or uninspired, then you have to know what is going to turn that around. Like me, I will turn to YouTube or I will have a coaching call, with Jennifer Anderson, or I will, look for information that I know is going to lift me up and get me motivated again. Right. So you have to know what's going to help you. So don't just sit there in that space and wait for something to come along and rescue you because it's not going to happen. You are your own rescue and you need to find the things that are going to pick you up and motivate you. Okay? So that's just a little, pep talk that I wanted to give you guys. But February Fire was awesome. Do you guys think February Fire was good? It honestly, and yes, it did create results, meaning orders and parties. Yes, it did. Not every day, nope. But what we really intended for you guys with February Fire is so you could see and really get a feel for how you should be marketing and promoting your business through social media, right? And kind of like the verbiage to use and using authentic pictures instead of stock photos and talking about Scentsy about as if you were using it, not just like here's a link, here's a stock photo. I posted something yesterday from Jennifer Anderson and she was talking about making it compelling, right? Like you could do one plain stock photo or you could find a picture and jazz it up and it's a much bigger it's a huge difference of what people see and eye appeal, right? Excuse me. So that was really our main goal, was for you to create an audience and engagement through your social platforms, because a lot of people still are social distancing and it's just where we are. So instead of saying I can't have a successful business because I can't do home parties, or I can't, meet people face to face, most people cannot. So instead of staying in the stagnant place and using that circumstance as an excuse, we actually adjust our sales, because that's the best thing about this business, the flexibility, right? So use your social platforms. And always, the disclaimer is that you should not just put up a post on social media and think that is working your business for the day, because it's not. That it goes hand in hand with your income producing activity. Like, you should be reaching out to people, following up, booking parties one on one. And then if you had to do one or the other, I would say doing the personal outreach, the one on one, the IPAs, right? But when you're messaging those people and posting, they see both. They see both, and it balances each other out, and it creates interest. It creates interest, and it's going to create foot traffic. Go ahead, Jess.
I just want to say something too, because
Mhm.
with Instagram, you can see who's watching, but you never really know. Like, are they just clicking by? Because sometimes there's people I just like click and not really
Yeah.
pay attention. But I noticed that when I'll do questions, like
Yes.
like yesterday, this or that. And I literally went on and I like checked, and there was like a couple of people that I was like, I didn't think they actually watched my stories. So if you guys do questions and they're actually like answering them, that's when you notice that your stories are working and they're not just clicking by. So now I know that like the seed of Sensi is planted in their head. And I was really shocked. Like, it was just like, I didn't message them or anything, but I just like to see who actually answers
You
my
can
stuff.
put that in the
And then,
back of your mind and be like,
yes, so a lot of you asking questions on your stories, it's huge to see who's actually like watching them.
totally. And even if it's not about Sensi, building up the following and the algorithm. And I know some of you guys like, I
Mhm.
don't even know, you're talking gibberish, but it's important because, social media runs on algorithms. So even if you're not talking about Sensi, but you ask a question and you build engagement, that means when you do go to talk about Sensi, people are seeing it. Okay. Um,
And you
because,
shouldn't always put Sensi. It shouldn't just be
right.
all, because people are
Exactly.
gonna stick with it, you
Yep.
know?
Because you guys, you don't want to look just like a salesy, sensy consultant. Show who you are, your brand, who you are, right? Talk about your children or whatever you want to do, because you want to be relatable. You don't want to be, people will buy, host, and join if they know you, like you, and trust you. And how are they going to know you, like you, and trust you if you're just putting up links and stock photos? That is super unappealing, right? That's not compelling, as Jen would say. That's not compelling. That is like boop, 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 keep scrolling, sliding by. So the questions, like I've even put something up on my stories before about, I have a picture of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a peanut butter and fluff sandwich. And like, which one do you like? Like that simple. And people will respond because people want to give their input. People like to talk about themselves. So it gives people the option to say which one they like, right? So even something like that, it's building up your audience and your engagement in your algorithm. Okay. So that's really big. So February is, today's the last day. Tomorrow's March, right? Like today's the last day, right? Okay. So crazy. It's March 1st, and don't stop your February fire. Okay. Don't stop, you guys. We did this to kind of get that fire churning inside of you so you can understand how to now go do it on your own. We've been doing it every single day. So now you can take it and get creative with yourself and think of the things that you use at home. And it's a great time right now because of the new catalog. Get your follow-up orders and make sure you always have a party open under your own name. So you're getting your Scentsy free and half off, and you can get some of the new products that we have in, so you can try them, so you can post about them. You can hold up a picture of that product with your face in it, and they know that you're using it. So you can have a testimony to that product, things that you can make samples of. It's huge. Like, this is the time to be getting your Scentsy free and half off. Well, always, but start getting those products in from the new catalog so you know what it's like and you have those things in your arsenal of products. Okay. I am actually going to share my screen with you guys because we have a few things that I just want to show you, especially new consultants um, that may not even know what's going on with the workstation. Let me say, screen share. Okay. Can you guys see this? My workstation? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so one thing that I want to show you guys is see this on the left-hand side, calendar, okay? Your calendar, you guys. This is a newer feature and you can look at this every month. Like they will upload different products and things that are available. Like you can see right down here, bring back my buddy voting, like all these things that are going on. So it kind of helps you plan your month to see what's going on, if there's new releases coming out. And up at the top right here, you can click, now you're into March, okay? And so for all of you guys that may not have known, we have an all consultant training call every single Tuesday for all consultants at 12 p.m. And so a lot of the times you click on it, you register for it, which allows you to get the replay. If you're at work, you can still get this and watch the replay. On Mondays at 12, we have a leadership. So that's director and above for like leadership trainings. All right. So please know that every Tuesday there is a home office led call. But definitely keep an eye on this calendar because it will upload different releases for the month. So you can kind of, plan any, launch live videos, like example, just whatever you want. All right. The other thing is, I can't show you my reporting tab because of like HIPAA stuff, but what was I going to show? Oh, news tab. Okay, so come down on the left hand side, news tab. Now I get so many questions in my mailbox, not my mailbox, my messenger daily about is this available? What's going on? And guys, this is the product status list. You can check on this every day. Okay. So if you're not sure, if you go to place an order and it's not coming up, it may be on back order. It may be out of stock. And you can pull up like, okay, apricot vanilla car bar. It should be arriving around 311. And this is kind of more of the detail about it. So make sure, all right, that you are always checking this product status list. This is huge. All right, huge, huge, huge. Also, Scentsy Success Store for all of you new guys. Scentsy Success Store. If you didn't know, there's so many different products that you can get in here. I mean, literally, you have a full set of testers. You can get individual testers. You can get oil sample stickers. We have branding. We have party tools. We have sampling tools. Guys, there's so much stuff in here because I love these, by the way, the spatulas. There's so many different things like these chapsticks. You could put these in, your a VIP package once a month to your Scentsy Club members. I buy these pens. I give them to my team once in a while, like in their little monthly shout out, all different things. So make sure that if you want to brand yourself and, just build up things that you have, we have so much stuff here. Okay. So I just wanted to show you guys all of that. And then the training center, always. I do use the training center, but to be completely honest, I will usually go to YouTube first. Just because this is primarily home office led, excuse me. But you will hear from leaders in all these training calls, but I really love YouTube because it's just like normal people, you and I, shooting the breeze and giving their very honest and open experiences, tips, tricks, the whole nine. So, those are some things that I just wanted to show you guys. And I'm going to bring you back to my dashboard so you guys can see your numbers. So this is where we are right now, 76. I am about to close a party and I need to do it today, clearly, to get that in. So I'm going to be over 2,000. Um, and my goal was 25. And I mean, I'm still going to try to push for orders today. I may not get there, but at least my goal got me to over two. So again, it's good to have goals. All right. Can you guys see me? Okay. So I just wanted to share some of that with you guys, with the calendar and the product list. And I would love if you guys ever want to do, especially leaders, if you guys have anybody on your team, go over reports with you one day. I can't share it here because they would show names and numbers, and I don't want to do that. Um, so we are, hopefully from all of the February fire and the engagement, you guys have been following up with the people commenting on your post and liking and all that stuff. And really kind of go back and look at all of that and do so much follow up this month and keep your posts coming. And that's how you're going to build new interest, because guys, we cannot rely on the same group of people that order from us. Like, you can't rely on one circle of people. Like, I have my VIPs that always order from me. And guys, those people that are ordering from me so much, I'm like, you need to join because you're spending over, $100 every month. Like, get it for yourself, free and half off. Cut me out as the middleman and make commission off of your own purchases. Do not be afraid to recruit your best customer. Okay. Like, and if you're nervous, it's because you haven't expanded your circle and you're worried about losing that PRV and that sales. But we always have to meet new people. If you want to actually grow, I mean, if you're happy with where you are with just your customer base and you're content with like the amount of sales or the amount of, parties or whatever you have going on, totally cool. That's your goal. If you want to grow, then you have to meet new people. It's just what it is. But meeting new people provides new hosts to party and offer parties, and new people to offer the join opportunity. Meeting new people is so crucial. It is so important in this business. The way I meet new people is parties. I meet probably 15 people every month that I actually have, in my that I've friend requested on social media, that are in my customer group, that I'm talking with, that I'm seeing what they're doing, in their life through social media. I'm kind of seeing who they are, what their brand is, and how I can relate to them based on my brand, right? So always meeting new people. It's so big. Um, and that's really all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Also, something that has worked for me tremendously, and I will post, I actually think it's already posted in our documents on our team page, but daily tracking has been so big for me. So every month I print out, it's a blank template. And every day I log on and I put down my PRV, TWV, GWV, active frontline, because if you have a team, especially, what is going to really drive your commission is your number of active frontline and your TWV. Um, that is something to be, as I grew and my team grew and my group grew, I was so hyper focused on my group wholesale volume, GWV. And I was like, okay, this should be a great month. But I was neglecting my TWV and active frontline. And that is where I needed to focus the most. That's why we did the great split, the great split of 2020 of directors going onto their own pages and working with their own teams, was because, it's better for each director to hyper focus on their team, because their team, you guys as teamies, will get more out of each director than one person doing it all, or, people spreading themselves thin. And so we as, directors or leaders can recognize more of you that are doing awesome things, right? Because we know there's some incredible people in this group and they're always high sales and high sponsoring, right? But we want to be able to recognize and celebrate everybody. So that kind of gave us a chance, like, to clear a path for new up and coming people, right? So that has been great as far as that goes. I just want to open it up now. Does anybody have any questions? Anything that's going good? Anything that you want to say, comment, share, question? Please go ahead. No.
Me, I do.
Oh, go girl.
I do. So I've been struggling with parties. I cannot get any parties booked. Nobody wants to do parties. And then out of nowhere yesterday, I got 3 messages about, I guess Governor Baker is lifting some of the restrictions. So they want to do home parties. So I have like 3 home parties booked for the first 2 weeks of March.
That's awesome. That's
So
great.
hopefully that goes good, because I feel like if they can actually see the products and smell them, it goes further than online ones.
Yeah, definitely. And just keep trying to book more parties from that party. And I'm always very honest. And you guys know I've been putting out things about compliance because it's real. And they are tagging. They're I shouldn't say tagging. They are heavy on compliance right now. Like compliance is out there. So just know that. Okay.
I got a warning the other day.
Oh yeah. I mean,
my first one, I wanted to cry.
Girl, I got suspended. I was like, what is happening? And so they're out there, please know, very, very, very real. But I book as many parties as I do. The reason I book parties is because I offer incentives. That is the reason why I book parties. You got to do what works for you financially, always. But that little extra something really is like the game changer. I'll tell you, that is why I book parties. I can speak for myself. And so you have to do it on the slide. It has to be, you cannot be posting that publicly. You cannot be saying on social media in your news feed, like, I will offer you a free mini warmer of your choice if you want to book a party. No. Yeah. And we cannot rely on social media. You can't put up a post and be like, and I'm not saying anybody's doing this. I'm saying in general, don't ever put up a post and be like, host wanted, host needed. You want to get your Scentsy free and half off. And, I'll offer you a free gift. Even if you don't say, I'll offer you a free gift. Hosts wanted. I see it all the time. And so if nobody's commenting, because nobody's going to be like, yes, me in the comments. I want to do a party, right? Nobody ever comments with stuff like that, ever. And then you're like, nobody's booking party. And I'm not saying you, Tanya. I'm saying in general. Nobody wants to book parties. And so if I get on a call and I'm like, are you reaching out to people on your Frankie list? Like, are you offering every single person that wants to place an order? And it's like, oh, I need to, you have a party going on? Because I need more wax. I need to, restock up. Or I want this new thing that I saw you post. And I'm like, yes, I can place your order. However, you can get that for free and half off. So why don't you get a few people together for a 30-minute scent event this month and get it free and half off? And I'll throw in a free mini warmer of your choice. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. But now I have so many people that know the deal, right? And they know it's not like a catch-22 or like, there's a string attached to this. My customers know they will have a party in the fall and they'll have a party in the spring because they want their stuff for free and half off, right? So a lot of times even my VIPs are just booking parties because they know the deal, or they'd be like, what's your incentive for the month? I'm like, all you want is free stuff. But I'm joking. Like, that's totally okay because that's what I do. So remember that when you do that, I book the party, I schedule the date, the time. Great. This is what you have to personally invite your guests, you guys. And then the next host coaching that I do, I'm like, all right, so in order to start accruing your own host rewards, which is the free and half price products of your choice, we have to hit at least $200 in sales with Scentsy. Like, that's when you will start accruing. And then once you hit $350 in sales, that's when you're going to get that free mini warmer from me. So make sure you tell them $350 is just the number that I use. And it depends. If I'm offering like a $30 warmer, if I'm getting desperate and I need parties booked and I offer a $30 warmer, that means I'm paying $15. I'm saying we have to hit $500 in sales. Okay. So like, make sure you are very verbal about that, because you don't want that party to close with $15 in sales and they're like, where are my gifts? I'm like, no gifts for you.
That's my issue, because I've done that a couple times where they got like maybe 140, and I still offered them 3 wax bars, so I had no choice but to.
Because then everybody would be doing it, and you're in the negative, right? So trust me, I've been there. It happened to me twice when I first joined, and I was like, oh, I have to say this because And it's fine because I'm like, guys, we're going to make it super easy. So the way that we're going to do that is you need to personally text your guests and invite them to this 30-minute party. Like, don't just add them to Facebook because they're not give a crap. Like, they're not even going to see it, or they're going to be like, oh yeah, another direct sales party. Cool. But no, you need to and only invite your closest friends and family, because when you keep it small and intimate like that, they're going to be like, oh, right, she's having this thing. She's,
Okay.
I can just speak for myself. People do it a million different ways and are successful a million different ways. That's the thing with parties in particular, or your business in general. You have to keep doing what works for you. And if it's not working, stop doing it and adjust your sales and find something that's going to work. It took me a long time to find my groove for online parties. A long time. Guys, if you were with me, I hated them and I swore that they didn't work, which is a lesson learned, because I should have never, ever, ever done that to my team. Don't do online parties. They don't work. And I was probably stopping so many people from being successful because people, people trust what I'm saying. And I should have never done that. But that was a lesson learned, like very early in my leadership. But they do work. And that's how my business has been afloat for a year. And actually higher sales, higher recruiting, not right now, but higher everything, because I'm actually spending less time working. I'm working about 40 to 50 hours a month instead of working 40 to 50 hours a week. And my commission has grown. Okay. So you can make anything work. But again, if it's not working, don't say this doesn't work. My business is failing. It's okay to get discouraged, but you have to check yourself and find it. Go to YouTube, go find what's going to motivate you. Go listen to somebody that knows what they're talking about, and fix it. That's the only way to do it. But you can
Okay.
be successful no matter how you do something. You just have to find what works for you. Promise. Okay. And the way I do things in my word is not Bible, you guys. Like, it's just what I do. But there's so many of you that do things differently and are amazing, amazing at what you do. And that's the best thing about this. We're independent consultants. We all work our businesses differently, and you can be just as successful, if not more than I've ever been. And that's Bible. Okay. Was somebody else? Did somebody just have their hand up? April, was it you?
I was just gonna say earlier that when I watched the Rockstar Rally last, when Kristen Ingalls was on, she said something about doing like your Fabulous Five,
Yes.
or something like that. And it was like either a week or a month. I started doing that right after that, and I've already got 4 parties booked for next month.
Yep.
Like, it was like instant.
Yeah.
Just because I reached out to someone who I haven't talked to in a while and was like, hey, how are you doing? Like, how's it? And so they're like, oh my gosh, I see your stories.
Yep.
I really want that mini warmer you posted. And I was like, well, that's not why I'm contacting you, but if you want it, like, we can have a party. I can get it for you for free.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so now I have 4 parties booked for next month just because I did that. So,
and it's really like just trying new things. You know what I mean? Like, I've never thought of it that way. And so now, just what she said in that video, like, I was talking to her on the phone the other day, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that, because, I'm not hard up for parties, but I am hard up for recruiting. So I'm actually taking that method and doing it for recruiting, because, I'm going to try something new. That's all that it takes. Don't be resistant to change, or, that's this business. Things change. I say it all the time. Mary Kay and what is the other one? Avon, right? Those people used to have to go door to door, you guys.
Like, I used to do Mary Kay.
I mean, you're not old, but so will you pass the stage of going door to door?
No, I sold the door to door. I used to do door to door sales all around the country too. I used to sell magazines across the country. So,
see, you guys,
I've done door to door, and it's not easy.
Right. Exactly. And so look at how sometimes it's hard because we don't know social media. And some of us are like, I look at social media, I have to tell you, and you guys know, if you follow me, you know that I'm on a whole new journey with my life, and like, not political. It's not political, but things that I'm very passionate about. Is all I'm going to say. And so if I didn't have a business, I wouldn't have social media because I feel like it drains my soul, right? But I look at social media as my business tool for sure, because why wouldn't you use it? It is a free platform for you, free. And these people that are joining, that are booking parties with me, that I'm having conversations and building just simple connections with, are people that I would never see. I would forget they even existed if it weren't for social media, right? Like I truly have to go through social media sometimes and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot that I went to school with her. Like I forget about people, but look at how many people do you have on Facebook? I mean, really? And we talk to the same, I think it's 8%, 8% that we even see. 8%. Like I have maybe 2,000 or maybe less, maybe a little bit less. And I see the same people, right? And so that's like, you have to take advantage of this, you guys, especially if you don't have time to be out and about and building connections. Like, who can use this? This is how I've been working my business for a year, and my business has been the most successful. And this is, I've been hating on Facebook parties for 4 years. And now I'm like, that's my karma to be like, you jackass, like it actually works. And you resisted the whole time. And I'm here to tell you, I was wrong. I'm super sorry. And you can do anything that you want because you can be successful. So, Jess, do you have anything to say for the month?
Sorry about the Sonic and my kids getting in the video.
That's life. That's your brand.
It just proves that you can do Scentsy with kids. You really can. And they're my big, like, I promote them a lot because obviously I have a lot of customers with kids, so I use them my stories. But one thing I wanted to say, and I posted this on my team page the other day. Hold on, I'm gonna lock the door so they can't get in.
Lock the door.
All right. So is negativity. So I preach this on my page. No one wants to see negativity. And because we're in social media sells a lot of our stuff because of where we are right now. Everyone's going through something, but they don't want to like hop on and see someone, constantly complaining. Keep it off your social media. Like everyone goes through things, but people will unfollow you. And the thing with Facebook is you don't know who unfollows you. So you could just have people not watching you anymore. And I noticed that and I preach this to my team, is people are watching. Like I had someone say, I've been putting stuff in my cart for a year and taking them out. And now I finally, and I'm obsessed with Scentsy because they weren't sure. And I was like, wow, this girl's been watching me for a year. It took her a year.
Totally.
So people watching you. So if you're constantly negative, they're not going to watch you anymore. So my big thing is just keep your negativity off your social media if that's where your business is. Because my business is a lot of social media. It's where I sell a lot. It's where I have a lot of people watch me. Yes, I have my work, but especially now I don't get out anywhere. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So keep it off your social media because no one wants to see negativity and they're going to unfollow you. And the thing is, you don't know who's unfollowing you now because it doesn't give you like an alert that this person's not following you anymore.
Yep.
So my big thing is negativity. No one wants to see it. No one wants to hear it. Pick someone to vent to.
I was just going to say that. Yep. Yep. And vent up. I want to say that. Unless it's like your best friend that's on your team with you, that's fine. I mean, you guys already have an established relationship, but excuse me. I was going to say exactly what she said. We all need to vent. We all have struggles in this business where you're going to lose your mind. You know why? Because it's business. It's real, you guys. Like your job, your regular 9-to-5 job, your life isn't perfect. Why would Scentsy be any different? Like you are building a business from the ground up. Expect turbulence, but also again, an obstacle is a test to see how bad you want to hit your goal. That's it. You're going to have obstacles, anticipate it, right? But it's how you get through it. But you keeping it positive. People go on social media to get away from the negative crap in their life because everybody has it. So if they see somebody else complaining, you're like, oh my God, like, there's like people that are, you could probably think of people in your mind that are like always negative, right? Well, I mean, I've unfollowed them. If anybody makes me feel a certain way,
You know what I mean?
what'd you say?
You unfollowed them. You did
Oh, yes,
exactly,
instantly.
you know?
Bye-bye. Like I am like, oh my gosh, I don't even want this person to order from me. Like on the other end, like I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even want this person. I've had people, this is so, I've had people message me about the opportunity, and I'm like, I don't, I don't think this is for you. And listen, you should never, ever make that call for anybody, but it's like somebody maybe I've known for a very long time and I just don't want to get involved. And guys, in my life where I am, I'm almost 39 years old. Like I have separated the crap out of my life and only connect with what makes me feel good and who I can make feel good. That's just where I am. Negativity and complaining is like my pet peeve. I can't handle people complaining. But listen, if you need to vent, you can come to me. I encourage you to come to me and keep it off of your social media. Complain to your husband. And this is the other thing, you guys, keep it off your team page. Team pages, because there are new consultants, right? And if you're there and you're like, "Ah, rah, 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 rah," like, you know, when a big time to complain or people like to complain is during like flash sales or things like that, when products are unavailable or you're in the queue and you put it in your cart and it's gone and it's like you want to scream. Trust me, sometimes I'm like, I want to pull my hair out, but I have to come right back to the team page and be like, guys, it's okay, we're not curing cancer, it's Scentsy, and we're all going to be good. Like, we're bringing positive stuff into people's lives. It's just like a joyful product, right? Like, we don't have to go that far. But newer consultants are on the page, and if they see people acting crazy, talking out of their face, they're going to be like, wow, this team is just like, you don't want to hear negative people on social media. You don't want to be a part of this group where people are complaining, because then they're going to question their business. They're going to be like, wow, like they're so impressionable, right? Especially if they're having a doubtful or discouraging moment when the ebb and flow of your business sets in, right? They're going to be like, and especially if it's your leader. So keep it negativity. I just encourage all of you to adopt a positive attitude, and it's hard and it's not perfect, but like, you yourself will have internal peace when you just stick to like trying to see the positive in things, because there's really like, there's always something positive you can get out of it. And if you really just want to vent because you've had enough, vent up. Go talk to your director, your sponsor, or somebody above you, because you don't want to be venting to your team and they're going to be like, oh, right, I definitely want to be a director someday. Because your job seems very stressful. Bye. Lydia.
I was just going to say, accountabilities are awesome for that. So they're not only great.
I know you be venting to Tara
all the time.
I know. That's okay.
No, but
that's good.
Our conversations for the most part are positive, because when you have an accountability buddy, it's really important for you to hold yourself accountable. It's somebody to set goals with, talk goals with, outside of your director and outside of your team. It's just good to build those relationships within. And it's good to know that you have somebody that's even not directly on your team or inside that you can go to and relate to. It's all about relatability too. But
100%.
it's really good to have somebody that is so close to you, that knows you too, that you can just be like, listen, I'm so stressed out. Like, I can't book parties this month. What are you doing? And you guys can share ideas. Maybe you guys can brainstorm together. A lot of times that's what me and Tara do. We share ideas with each other. We share things with our teams together. Sometimes we even mesh our teams together. That's what we do. And it's
awesome.
really, really helpful.
Yeah. And if somebody is coming to you to vent, guys, also be mindful of how you respond and react, because it's so easy, especially like I say it's very rare for somebody to come to me and I'm also in a mood, right? But even if so, I have to be very mindful of how I am reacting to that person, instead of being like, yeah, I know, that sucks. Like, yeah, I'm like, okay, all right, well, let's try it this way. Like, be the person, you can hear them, you can say whatever you want to me, and it will stay right here with me. But build them back up. Build them back up and slap them on the butt and send them back out. But don't like feed into the negative crap, right? Because then you guys are going to become complaining buddies. You're going to become complaining buddies. And that's not going to help you or her, him, whatever it is. Don't do that. Just be mindful of how you react. Okay. So that's what she wrote. That's all I have. Eileen, is it Eileen or Eileen, not Aileen?
Aileen.
Aileen,
Yes, Aileen.
Aileen.
what have you been laughing at?
What have I been laughing at? Oh,
Yeah.
I have a baby in the background.
Oh, I'm like, I can see you like smiling and laughing the whole time. I'm like, what's going on over there?
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It makes me happy and laugh. I don't even know what you're laughing at, but I'm like, I love it. All right, you guys, is anything else before we round this off? Speak now or forever hold your peace until next month. Okay. Well, Deirdre, thank you getting on from Ireland. We have an overseas teaming. We actually have 2 consultants in Ireland, which is amazing. Thank you guys for getting on. You can share this with your teamies. I will be downloading it and then uploading it onto the team page so you can share it for anybody that wants to watch the replay. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Fill your cup, take some time off. Don't think about Pinky, but finish out. It's Month End Madness. Tomorrow is March 1st, and continue with, you know, the way we've been practicing promoting and marketing on social media. Keep that going, and set some goals for the month and kick butt. All right, love you guys so much. Have a great Sunday.